Tool number 2, exaggeration. I read about this tool many years ago in a book by a famous Russian psychologist. And then I came across different description of the same tool in many different situations. I'm going to give you example from this book. Also, when I was just starting doing color puncture and I was exchanging with a lady, I myself was going through a very difficult tornado situation in my life. It was a very deep therapy. So of course she was asking me how I'm feeling, how integrating and processing things. So I told her that I'm finding a particular situation very difficult. She said, let's make it bigger. Why would I like to make it bigger? It hurts enough, it's bad enough. She said, no, let's make it bigger. Imagine this feeling as a dark cloud, and then apart from containing this cloud within your head or around your head or around your body or whatever, imagine that this can fill the entire room. Imagine that can go out and become darker, become bigger and bigger still. As I was trying to do that, actually, as soon as I let go and let black clouds to completely, in my imagination, of course, consume the room, the situation was over. I felt somehow completely different. And I didn't quite understand, the magic of it all before I remembered this description from the book. So in the book, this particular psychologist tells about a couple where husband was very jealous. He was very suspicious that his wife was having an affair, when in reality she didn't. And she would get really upset because she was totally innocent, and there he was every day accusing her in something which she didn't do. And so she said, you know what, we're going to marriage counseling because otherwise I'm going to divorce you, because this is not, this is not fair, this is not fun. And so the boys really struggled, and there was a potential in this marriage. So the psychologist gave them an assignment. So he said to the guy, okay, now you're going to be Othello from Shakespeare play. So every day when you come back home from work, you sit down and you just deliver this speech about how jealous you are, about how bad your life is, and so on. Stick to the same script, make it as big as possible, as bad as possible, as ridiculous as possible. Just do it every day. And to the wife, he said, oh, you just participate. You participate on receiving end, and you deliver to him whatever you want to deliver. And so every day they perform this little ritual after work in the evening together for some time, until it got to a point where they just laughed and the whole situation dissipated, because it got to a point where it was so exaggerated, so grotesque, so ridiculous, that basically they just didn't want to do it anymore. And they came back together, and the guy was totally cured of his jealousy, and the wife was grateful, and that was a happy end. So sometimes we need to apply this tool when we don't completely understand what is going on. Because when you put a question in a way that you want to get out of a tornado, it looks like you need a map. And this is tool number 1, which is we can start with letter from the future, and this is your vision, and then we can work together one-to-one, and then we can create the actual map of escape route and steps and so on. But sometimes, especially in the earlier stages, something is happening, but you're not quite sure what it is. You're not sure what it is supposed to be teaching you. You're not sure even of your own responses and why you feel in this way. You might try this exaggeration.